Hello there everyone and welcome back to more Total War Warhammer. I am slowly continuing my ascension or climb towards Krasik 8 Peak, and I almost got this entire province. Well, arguably I have this entire province under my control now. It's just this one ruin that denies me getting access to the bonus, at least the province bonus. Setting a commitment is what, at least, which should be corrected pretty soon, but now I want to put the endeavor to conquering this one settlement and putting an end finally to this, what is it? The Skull Crags. I was wondering what that was, although hovering over here didn't work the best for doing it. Now, stealing technology could be fun, but I think I don't think you actually join my army though, do you? Which is probably a bit of a problem, because I would like the assassin to also join in, but... And the assassin already killed a hero. So you can't join in, and sadly you cannot help me in this endeavor. But did I capture technology already? It doesn't look like I have that going on at the moment. Oh, chaos rises, so chaos corruption all across the realm. Sadly I can't damage them. Actually, could I? Nah, I could just block them, which is what I did last turn. Stealing technology is not going to be very helpful, but it does allow me another level. Although, I honestly can't remember if he would get access to join the fight or not. It may not even be a good idea to take part in this fight anyway, as I think they still have more troops than me. Ah, dang it, I'm just out of reach. I cannot besiege them yet, which makes me wonder, are they going to be foolish enough to attack me? Which could work for him still. Let's not get too arrogant about this. But hopefully, I can have a Shife here go over and deal with the greenskin orcs here of Gringors. And I just need someone to conquer down here, which I guess we are long overdue to get another lord. And with the surplus of wealth that I just got, this is a good opportunity to do it. This is definitely a good opportunity to at least get a lord, but I can't get complacent still. The dwarves are still south of me, doing absolutely nothing. Campaign line of sight. I don't really care for both these guys, if I'm so honest. And the loyalty could be a bit problematic too, let's be honest. But if you could be loyal for a little while, that could be good. And what do I want here? This gives me a little more income, but not much. How much is that currently? Just 20 extra gold. It is worth grabbing it, especially, well, it's already giving me untainted. It's when it's fully ranked, and that gives me a recruit bonus, as well as local recruit rank, or lord recruit rank, which this could be very useful still. Give me plus rank, but I think it's only for this region. Maybe not as exciting as it could be, but I have money to burn, and I just burnt a lot of it. Let's not get too complacent, and this was the realm I just conquered, yes. I don't think I want to worry about mobilizing them, or at least developing them, especially if I'm not going to be able to potentially keep them. And I burnt all my money in a hurry, didn't I? Kind of par for the course, I suppose, considering that I want to develop my infrastructure, and to do that, I have to spend a lot of money for it at this point. It's gonna be worth it. I want to believe. And I have enough income to at least afford an extra army, which is probably... I don't think I'll make him a super potent army, with that said. I might just worry about just strictly having him with clan rats and maybe a couple of elite units, but more for support. Ideally, and just deal with the management back, if I can be afforded that.
Oh, mighty lord, the fates have surely selected you for greatness. Thanks to my guidance, your tremendous power grows, as if driven by some divine power. Your enemies tremble before you.
Well, extra money is always good. And look who just showed him his ugly hide. Grimgor has made an appearance, although I was not expecting for him to go out in the middle of nowhere. This seems a little bit counterintuitive to what Grimgore probably should be doing. I know everyone else is not really much of a threat. I think the dwarves are kind of a... I am curious, what are the dwarves up to? Can I see their stance? No, don't show me then. Yeah, the dwarves have like no army left. They are basically useless. So it really is just up to me and Camry to take them out. This is a bit of an awkward position for me, but I can cripple them. I don't know how well I can cripple them, but I am. My master assassin is basically right next to him. I know he's a regular assassin, but considering how level he is, he might as well be a friggin' master assassin. The chance of success is too low, wow. Now the question is, what prompts all this hero effects and then the target's effect for probably being a legendary lord? Oops. Oh well, I could tail him, but I guess I can't actually hurt him, surprisingly. And he is raiding, but I own none of this territory. I'm just wondering who exactly he's raiding from. Is it my income, since technically this is my province? Yeah, he is stealing money from me. Which means I'm gonna have to deal with him pretty soon. Problem is, he's level 18, and I'm not quite confident that I can do what's needed with this army. Although, where technically does my territory end for the purposes of reinforcing? Right down here, I think. And we'll see about having Queek down there pretty soon. If I'm so lucky. I am still getting replenishment, but a drastically reduced rate now. Unfortunately. Now you are developing, and I don't like that. What are my chances of success? This looks well in my favor. Sadly, I can't have my engineer join me. I would like to have him join me, but I already got a spellcaster. We have a handful of settlements, and I can take this. This basically tells me with the balance of power and good use of my abilities, we can definitely take this. This is going to be a fun fight, and then hopefully I can fall back and deal with Grimgore. That is what I think is the top priority right now, just because of how awkwardly positioned he is, and a bit of the problems he might cause me for my Khemri ally too. Since I'm kind of dealing with other savage orcs right now. I don't know if they're being besieged, but I know the savage orcs down in Khemri was at least getting closer to the capital. So they might get ballsy and try to attack that soon. And I think that means I need to make that my top priority. Lots of mana, I like it. Lots of power reserve. This goes well into my advantage. And I did not pay too much attention to what their army actually was, though. We're gonna have to be mindful of that. And I'm curious about slope. I do have an artillery weapon, and that justifies with me just staying here and taking free shots on their trolls and other units, essentially. And let's see, Storm Vermin. I think your top priority is to kind of watch the Warp Lightning for a time being. And hopefully I don't screw up with the Doomflayers, but really, what they probably should be doing is just Shock and Awe, or Hammer Anvil as it's called. If I can get a quick hit on crippling some infantry, that'd be great. Ideally. Now, Halberds, you're just going to be focused on protecting Queek. I have 4 squad of ranged troops with the Night Runners and Gunner Runners. They should serve me pretty well. And I think I'll have the Census Bearers just flank on the right. Although, if they're waiting for reinforcements, well, the reinforcements is literally just one goblin. I don't think that's a big deal. And Skaven slaves for fodder up front. Hopefully I use these guys properly though, since I did a terrible job controlling them before. I want you group 4. Actually, no, I want you group 6 now. Because of my setup. If... Nope. I want the Vanguard or... Yeah, I want the Council Guard with Queek. Even if it might limit my control a tiny bit. Now, I'm curious what their army consists of. Nothing really exciting, but a couple of chariots. I don't think they have any black orcs, but they do have trolls. A lot of chariots. Pretty straightforward and self-explanatory. Let's see if they... what they do. Let's just move them all in there. That's fine. I would like to go after that one chariot, though. That seems like a good opportunity for me. They're on a slope, too. I positioned my catapults poorly. Well. If they can get hits on the trolls, that'd still be nice. Can I at least get a free strike in on these guys while I'm getting positioned? Okay, they're getting their shots off. It might not be very good shots, but they are getting shots off on the trolls. I would like to attack these, because why not? Is probably the honest question. And if I can attack these guys some, that'd be good. Oh, they are ranged. Oh no, those are the chariots doing that, aren't they? Yeah, my Doom Flayers, despite having an ability to give them more armor, is not really doing a whole lot here, are they? Well, they're already breaking, so that's kind of convenient, isn't it? Well, there goes one squad for very little damage. Alright. Up. What are you doing? I know I put you in a bad spot already, but I don't want to do it some more. But we got rid of one squad of troops, which is fine by me. Get the census bears going, watch where they are moving, and see if I can punish them some more, somehow. I don't have fire at will on, that's kind of alright, so long as I can hit the trolls. Cripple their mighty infantry, especially since they are regenerating, let's keep that in mind. Nope, and I kind of forgot that these slingers kind of have a specific facing. Which we should be okay with for now. But they are making their way over. Alright, Doom Flayers, you go back for a bit. Now, this is going to be odd to have them like this, but we can scare them off quickly. Yeah, just crush them and maybe go after the chariots next. If I'm so lucky. Now back up, get to safety. I would like to do a lot of damage here somehow, but probably not as effective damage as it could have been, but now just get back and defend. And these are damage dealers, so let's be mindful of them. Now, let's get some damage in. And ideally, get some reinforcements in. Nasty Skulkers, they are going to get wrecked. And those are Orc boys. We don't like Orc boys. Census Bears are doing good, but Spears are getting wrecked. Get back over there and defend, or help them out. Even though Census Bears are doing fine right now. Actually, go after this. Go after the chariots, which might do some good here. Now, Queek, clear us a path, please. Halberds are getting wrecked right now, so they could use a little bit of support. Crush these guys for good measure. And then yeah, they all broke, so let's... I really want to go after these guys, so actually let's just route them as well. I don't know how good a shot that was, but if it routes them, that's still effective for me. Alright, Queek. Kill off the hero. Break these guys, which it looks like they're about to break. I'm hoping. And Census Bears are doing alright, but they have reinforcements. They should be okay. Now go after the archers, ideally, while we cripple the rest of them. Okay, halberds, you go help clean up here. Get some more troops. And now, Census Bears, you probably could heal up a bit. That would be ideal. And now, where's my Plague Priest to continue buffing, since I don't think I'm doing much of a good effect there. Where are my other units? I want them to go after the range units now, if possible. I just don't know where my Doomflayers are. Alright, you guys go after them, and Doomflayers, you can help with dealing with these archers. You kill the big boss. And hopefully we could deal with these night goblins. I do have more menace below to kind of summon them. Let's just route and clean up the rest of this mess, if possible. And I think Queek could just deal with what's down here. I'm hoping. Especially if we hurt these guys a bit. That might rout one of them, which is definitely useful. Queek is busy picking off a hero, which I'm good with. Now, where's my Doomflayer? Okay, it's in that mess. Can you actually chase the 72 versus 97? No, they cannot, sadly. Now, can we finish them off? It is a lot of damage, I won't lie, all around on my army, but this is why I want to do this campaign. Not to kind of cheese the mechanics, but to learn the nuances of this game, ideally. And that's a good victory, and it should crush everything. Although, it will be a couple turns before I can deal with Grimgore. And even then, I don't think I was using my spells the best thing. I probably could have dropped the plague on the clump of orcs. That might have been something I could have done a little bit more. I rushed a little bit of some of my spells, as I wasn't sure. Yeah, I don't know if I got the most use of them. That's really hard to say, especially with the poison debuffing. Since really the debuffing is more to slow down their damage, as opposed to actually help me kill them faster, I want to argue. But loot is good loot. I will take it.
Take still, make quick rich.
I want to get raised, but I only get 2 food, which is not good. Yeah, and sacking doesn't sound like something I want. So we'll just try and occupy this. And who just ran away there? Very crippled armies, who it is. We will deal with you at some point soon, Grimgore. But Queek will be indisposed of temporarily. Now, what do I want to throw in next? Untainted might be the one that comes to mind. To help manage this sum. We will get to regenerate relatively quickly. And who else leveled up? Oh, the engineer leveled up. I like the idea of increasing mobility. You just need to be put in an army for that to really matter. Yeah, and you have no cities anymore, so I don't honestly care about you a lot. You might be a threat still. And I can't deal with this hero pretty soon. Alright, Chieftain, you head on up there. You start training my troops ideally. Get them ready for war, because we are dealing with Grimgore after all. And I need to make a serious effort to go on over here. It's just a shame my assassin can't do anything to Grimgore. Which probably has to do with his legendary traits, I guess. If I had to guess, at least. We can perform right here for more growth, but it's money I'm having a problem with. I could get another Doom Engineer. Considering they give me a special Undercity upgrade, I kind of can't say no to that. To help benefit off its sum. I also want to increase my odds if I am going to try and hinder Grimgore in some way. It might be important to do that. And your loyalty is not very good for me. Let's be honest. And apparently I don't even have shielded rats on here. I can't get clan rats with shields. Which is kind of funny, but I guess it's a good opportunity to swap out one of these things. I'm trying to think, do I already have access to rat ogres up here? No, I do not. So I may want to hang on to that for the time being there. And at least it opens up an opportunity for Death Runners. Rubbish Pick. Does Rubbish Pit benefit? Yeah, it does benefit from my unique structure here. So I may want to keep that. I don't know what to swap it out with. I'm just going to ignore that anyway for the time being. We can get more clan rats. These ones have shields, so I'm okay having them join. We have a lot of money. It's just a question of what kind of use would be good for your army. And I gotta keep in mind, I don't want to go too ridiculous on price if I can at all help it. We'll just stick with the clan rats for now, get you building up an army, and hope you don't betray me. Hopefully. Now, honestly, I want to focus on upgrading Lamia if I can get away with it. And then we'll worry about everything else. Where is Lamia with that said? I can upgrade them. Rubbish Pit probably is a notable exception because of how affordable it is. And I'll hang on to that money for my army, I guess. Now, with that said, let's see what's happening over at Khemri, as what's happening over there is very important. They are besieging right now. And they have a full army. Which really sucks for me if they manage to secure that. And I'm honestly considering having my assassin go down there instead if I can't do anything against Grimgore. I'll have to check next turn what that looks like, though. 3,000. I guess I can upgrade this to level 3, and then we'll leave the rest for the time being. For now. Although... yeah, they're just gonna come down here and take the city, aren't they? A little inconvenient. I'm just... They don't really have a strong army, but... oh, they're just marching. They're not garrison right now. Don't think there's much I could do that just yet, though. This is a bit of an awkward spot. I need to kind of scare off Grimgor unless something happens to keep him at bay or keep him from pushing up aggressively. Well, this is not at all desperate, but I don't need to tell you how simple this is going to be. So you don't need to worry about his thing. I'm just going to crush him with probably... I honestly think I want to have some fun here and have Queek and his... and then my... my wizard here, my plague priest, just try and take these guys on. They don't really have the levels to kind of take me on one-on-one. So let's make this interesting and attempt this 3-on-1. And if they're foolish enough to get in my crosshairs, that'll be a bit of a problem. For them, that is. Although Queek does have a little bit of weakened health. He doesn't have his elite or epic. He doesn't have his unique armor is the problem, but I am okay just having these guys hang back and just watching their warlord do the job. I just hope I'm not being careless by doing this. Only thing I'm a little bit afraid of is what do they have? They have a shaman, 2 spellcasters, that'll be simple. I don't know what kind of level they are, sadly. It doesn't want to tell me the best. But I don't think we have to worry. I just may have to warp lightning shoot them a couple of times. Just in case. And we know the goblin boss, big boss, is around somewhere, right? Or whatever it was I saw. And don't think I'll be able to soften them up. Yep, they're using magic missiles and all that. Oh, they hit the plague priest is what happened. Okay. They're hiding in the trees, that's fine. We know where they are. At least where 2 of them are. Oh, and I messed it up a tiny bit. For I was gonna give that... oh yeah, they're already getting wrecked. And give them extra armor piercing and let's get my things to hold their fire. Can Queek actually get after him? Yeesh, that was easy. To be honest, they did attack me, so I want to make sure they die. But I honestly was not expecting that to go as quickly as it did. If I were serious. And I was really hoping that would stagger them. That was the thought process there. 30. So Queek can chase them. Plague Priest could kill another one. I'm just basically doing this so I can ensure they die, hopefully. Although you are outrunning... well, yeah, you are greatly outrunning Queek somehow. And I think, yeah, you have Strider, don't you? How the hell are you so fast? Yeah, they literally have less speed than me than they're actually... and yet they're still getting away. Queek's actually about to get in range, but it's too little too late. So much for killing him off. Somehow they were able to outrun me. And here I thought the Skaven were supposed to be the ones that got the speed boost for having low morale. Ah well. Queek just having to take out a small chunk of their health, basically. And he just almost one-shot it. The Goblin Big Boss. Which is kind of funny. Well, technically they're all heroes, it looks like. It almost looks like they're all heroes anyway from this perspective. But does that get rid of them entirely? Yep, they're still remaining, is what it tells me. Which is another reason why I want to try and kill him off. Alright, you are loyal, I will happily take that. Exotic martial arts for my assassins. That is pretty good, and I want to reduce the cost of my heroes. Especially their actions, ideally.
Stinks like a gracier.
Queek's gain. No, this is a Plague Priest that just got leveled. Now we can get Foe Seeker, which can be really good for his, figure. That will give him a little more stamina so he's not debilitated nearly as much.
I, mighty warrior champion.
Yeah, I am worried about what the army over here is going to do. But yeah, let's just finish these off. It's extra experience, so why the hell not, really? Especially since it's an ambush. But you don't need to see this. It was fun doing the hero fight, but that was very underwhelming. There, I finally killed the little gits this time. And it wasn't as a result of the mission, it being an ambush or anything like that. I just completely eradicate them. And those three are gone. And that gives me a nice free level for Queek to enjoy some more. Now Draftmaster. That is good there. I want to continue. Let's see. Reduce upkeep would be pretty nice. And Renowned and Feared. This protects me from hero actions and gives me extra upkeep, which will be really good once I start getting Doom Wheels in a really dangerous army. It's not likely to slow them down, but considering I'm worried, they're actually going to just take the settlement when I move away from it. I kind of want to do that. I don't think I'm worried about air units anytime soon, or at least we've yet to see them. I would like to... Yeah, let's at least upgrade the spells that I currently have. And then I'll worry about the other ones, as I don't know how practical they truly are. At least not yet.
Need more trophies, yes.
Plague Priest, you are also level 26. You are doing well. What do we want? We want Fervor, without a doubt. And then remains to be seen what would be good to give you next. As you're more a spellcaster and a little bit of a damage dealer. Actually, I am wondering if there's any settlement I need to be or attack I need to be worried of up there. Your loyalty is almost maxed out, but sadly, my troops still need some time to replenish, and good god, this attrition. And they're probably immune to said attrition too. Grimgore's army. Immune psychology. Yeah, barren wastelands, so I can't chase them without terrible amounts of damage. With that said, what am I resilient in? Just swamps. Which sadly is not very applicable here. Unfortunately. But yeah, right now they're busy. Oh, where did the orcs go? Did they get beaten or did they get scared off? Either way, I'm happy for it. Now I can upgrade you. That increases discoverability by 20, which I'm fine with. As we're currently good there. And then what else can I get? Research, upkeep, recruit rank. This is income. Income from trade, income from raising. I don't... Is that what I want? I think there was one that gave me percentage of their income. I'm just trying to find that. Local settlements income. Which does not seem like a lot since it seems like I'm only getting 75. I think. And what about this one? Alright, that gives me a flat amount, and this gives me a percentage, I think. If I can get away with both, that would be nice, but we'll work on that when I get there, because, yeah, this is a lot of discoverability. I don't know. I'm hoping this one, the hidey holes, is more beneficial for me. Income gained from local region. The only problem is it's telling me I have like no income in general. So I worry a bit. That's not the case. But worst case, if it seems like I'm not getting a lot here, then I can always switch that over to something else. I'm hopeful.
Your tales are mine.
You continue to develop, you might be needed to go to war against Grimgore. And I want slingers for you, ideally. If I can control them well, the slingers will work pretty well in this case. Oh, and I don't have the money. There's one catch to this. Since I spent a whole bunch of it, didn't I? I want some spears, but I don't have any regular clan rats with spears. Which is a bit of a problem. I'll just start getting gun runners. And I'll use the money I get next turn to try and upgrade them. I am worried about being attacked from here at any time, though. Wall strength's almost fully recovered, though. And maybe it could fend them off for a brief period of time. Alright. So from what I understand, the Khemri actually took out the orcs somehow, as they moved their army away from here. I just don't recall seeing a message that they won an engagement, which confused me a tiny bit. Otherwise, movement speed sounds good, but so does melee attack and weapon strength. So, we'll just go with this here. And once you get Assassin Trophy, you might be useful in actual combat. And I did get the 13th scheme, and I want to try and take advantage of it, but... Wow. My odds are high now. What happened there? Was it because that's another faction tried to assassinate or hinder him, and that might explain why I had terrible odds? Only reasoning I can think of. Now, I am fully replenished. You are not going to sadly be able to help against Grimgore anytime soon. Unfortunately, but we'll do what we can. Now you just keep an eye out for any... Well, there are savage orcs over here. I can't get too excited, as these guys hate my guts. I'm just surprised they managed to make themselves at home after I scared them off. What is their strength looking like so far? Only one settlement, but they're 51 in strength. They are still a force to be reckoned with. Now, how the hell do I maneuver here without getting murdered? I have options, but I don't like the idea of jumping in there only to get caught. The only reason I'm really hesitant to use Underway is I don't know how likely they are to attack me, although I guess I could see their distance here, can't I? We'll just teleport here, get to somewhere a little bit safer. And is this all swamp? Yes. I can actually use the swamp benefit here, which I don't think they're protected from. Yeah, they are not protected by swamps, which is good for me if I can force some maneuver in there. Alright. That is worth it. I think they're just gonna stay there, right? They are currently reinforcing, but I can deal with that. I can attempt to wound you, continue to build up levels, but you're not at war with me, you're not my enemy. And hopefully, you're okay with all this stuff going on with your neighbors. How much do you like me? I want to know your opinion of me. Double clicking's not helping. Apparently they hate my guts. Since for some reason I'm at war with them. I don't know when exactly that happened, but I am at war with them. I know they're a mutiny faction, but still, I wasn't expecting to be at war with them.
I am warlord.
And again, the plan, let's get you a bunch of slingers. I don't want... I want spears. And I guess Skaven slaves are the best I could do there. And at the very least, you're a competent army, if nothing else. Which isn't really saying much, but you're a competent army. And we'll leave the repairs for later. Well, this is amusing. Our savage orcs are deciding to backstab my settlement. This sadly is not going to go very well for me, I guess, but especially since they have a lot of boar boys. Their army is almost entirely boar boys, with that said, damn. I gotta say, I did a lot of damage there despite that being an obvious defeat, and with them having literally only cavalry men. That was something, as made apparent by the amount of damage I did. Good God, look at that value. A lot of it was because half their squads just did not engage me, because I always had like 2 clan rats kind of facing towards them, which I don't know if they should genuinely be afraid of that. But my Skaven slaves did decently with their spears, but once they start dying off there, it was a lot harder. But I think I can be happy that I slowed them down at least. So they looted our capital. And, oh, we did lose this settlement, okay. Did they, yeah, they just straight up took control of it. Doesn't mean much at the moment, but I need to deal with that. Which can be pretty tricky, but I can do local reinforcement, right? And this will allow me get some extra troops in here. I just sadly, I'm going to need some rat ogres just in case, because that's kind of necessary at this point. And because they're all boar boys, I think I want lots of spears. I think that's good. And I will be able to deal with them shortly. It's just a question of how quickly they can get fortified after that engagement. Damn. This will be a pretty easy grab. I'm not too worried about this as well. And hopefully I can secure my front settlements from these Grimgor armies. And then it remains to be seen on how I'm going to deal with Grimgor himself. Okay, I don't know if my recorder actually recorded there or not, as I was not getting a duration for the length of the video when I start back up. But it was a very costly battle up top there, and now we're on the hunt to see where the hell Grimgor went. And we did find them. I hope I'm able to retreat. Let's see. May intercept. Should the army be intercepted, retreat would be impossible. But I can retreat even then. Alright, so I have the option to get away. Alright, that's all I really cared about. Here are our dwarf friends, but we won't worry about them for now. They don't hate me nearly as much as the orcs do. And I guess I could start upgrading and fortifying here a little bit while we start preparing for our friends down below. How long will this take? 4 turns? And what does that give me? A bunch of clan rats, night runners, slingers, and a warlock engineer, which might be worth it. I'm definitely not going to be able to get walls up. I'm hoping the damage I did here slows them down a bit. I would like that. And then it allows me an opportunity to counterattack. Here he comes.
Zap! Kill for Scryer!
I can retreat. Is there a way I can retreat that doesn't involve me getting into a lot of trouble? This currently looks like an underway deployment, which scares me a bit. I am going to quick save because what I'm gambling on is doing a hit and run type of attack. Maximize what damage I can before retreating. As it's looking like I am not in a good position to win this fight, simply put.
To battle!
Although sadly I am going to lose loyalty should I actually retreat or lose this fight. And let's see, what kind of high ground slope? I want good high ground slopes or slopes that just wreck them with superior firepower, if at all possible. I am wondering what these icons are though. I know they're straightforward, but I'm wondering how they got them. As I don't have any for my units at the moment. Either way, this is scary. This is pretty scary. An army I don't know how to get the most of yet, taking on Grimgor's forces. And they have a really good high ground slope here. And dang it, why does that to be so dark? And I do have a withdraw option, I just don't know what that ultimately means. This is a terrible layout for me, I guess. But we can make it work. I don't have any gunner runners, alas, so I need someone out to scout for my weaponry. Giselles are gonna hang back. I hope, yeah, this dark cavern is a pain in my ass, as I want to be able to do some good damage. It just looks like, sadly, this is all flat slope. Well, not entirely. It looks like I could get away with some stuff. And I don't mind if my rats retreat out of the border. I just want to maximize damage, retreat, and then hopefully be able to do it again next turn. Ideally, it's just really hard to understand the layout here. It really is annoying. With how... yeah, basically how this illumination is. Either way, let me stop complaining and just try to make this work. Jeez, that's a long line of clan rats. I think I have to commit to the 45-degree angle like this to make it a little bit easier to see the entire army. That might be what's been giving me a bit of trouble. Otherwise, we are going to be in for a bit of a fight. Globadiers can easily fight behind my front line. I have storm vermin to protect my valuables. If not much. And I just need a good positioning. As if I get too cramped, it's going to be hard to protect everything. Or at least optimize my firepower is what I mean to say. Alright, clan rats, you go here. Jeez, I can't even see what the actual units are. The banners for them are almost completely invisible. I am hating this. I am really not liking this, but We'll try and make it work somehow, dang it. I guess it helps if I group these guys to make it a little bit easier, too. Make it a little bit easier to know where the hell everyone is. Now, Globadiers, you're in a good spot. You can almost be grouped up because he's throw over everyone else. Warlock and Chieftain are group 1. And not much I need to do a few. Let's hope I can at least do some decent damage. I do need a scout, with that said, if I want my catapults to do damage. I have time to go up here and bomb them at least. You have a scroll of shielding, which don't mean much. And I can overcharge this if I really need a lot of damage in. And what kind of range do I have? I basically could shoot them as they reach the slope. So this is a pretty big map, with that said. Squig herds. They do have cloaked hidden units, which is fine. I don't really care about much else, and I do have these slopes to hide me. The swamp things. So they got renowned unit there. They have an actual giant, which is going to be scary, but my rattling teams can... Well, they're anti-infantry, to be fair. They're probably not best equipped for this. For dealing with a friggin' giant. But they are definitely scary, and they are taking their sweet-ass time. Since, again, they attacked me, I could probably wait all day here. Again, longer weapons. Oh, that's just representing buff or something. Of some kind. What I'm kind of gambling on is maximize my damage and then just withdrawing. That way I can cripple his army, maybe kill off a squad or two, and retreat with very little casualties myself. Only thing I don't like about that strategy is, of course, the loyalty hit I might take. That's the only bit of the problem I don't like about it. Take your time. And let's be mindful of Jezzails, which are getting close to firing range, or at least they're close to firing range. I think I want more clan rats over here just in case. As I have storm vermin there, rattling gunners. Both my storm vermin are there. I really hope these gunners can do what's needed of them. We'll know soon, though. As they are about to get in firing range in a moment. Fire away! Well, they are getting some protection, but it is hitting. I gotta be mindful of keeping fire will active, though. As preserving my ammo could be important, but again, I just want to cripple the army. And with them charge in like this, that would be good salvo. When's the Jezzails firing? Right now. Support them. Give them support fire. Light them up, boys. Well, that was pretty effective, wasn't it? Going after the giant's gonna suck, which is probably why we should go after something a little more clumped. And what are the Jizales? They're just damage dealer. They have good armor piercing damage. Here comes Gringor, the big guy himself. Now, here comes the main horde. Just unload and do what damage you can. And since there's such a big clump here, I should have overcharged it. Just retreat, get the hell out. You did your damage. Get everyone out, ideally. Alright, retreat. Do what damage you can. Get the hell out after that. I hope this is not too late there for me to retreat. I probably am going to lose a large chunk of my army still doing this. I should have retreated a lot sooner. As these catapults cannot retreat very effectively. I did a lot of damage to their army, but that's going to change quickly for this with this retreat maneuver. Everyone retreat, get on out. It was a defeat, but was that a way to preserve my army? It does not look like it. Nah, I probably should have just retreat a lot sooner, dang it. I'm going to try that again and try and be a little more efficient with that. As I had good damage initially, but I need to actually kill off key units. Ideally. I took too much damage there than I probably would have wanted.
Retreat! Run!
So we're going to try it again. Go to the auto-save, or the quick save. As I want to try and manage that better, as I said. Alright, I want to believe that went so much better for me. As you can clearly see, I managed to completely wipe out one of their boar boys, and cripple another one before doing a complete retreat. Another thing that I did was actually move my army back towards the border of the map. As the deployment phase wouldn't allow me to go next to the border of the map in that case. So I had prepared preemptively, and I like to think I got the better exchange. I just don't know ultimately what that means in other regards though, let alone if how much damage that just did to me there. Alright, I have no idea what these orcs are doing, but hopefully again I bought me some time. And apparently I did lose my scroll of shielding. Oh, where are you hiding? They're nearby, but they're not my threat. Which I'm thankful for.
Stinks like a grave.
And my chieftain actually got a level in there, surprisingly. Somehow. Either way, I think just making him a defender to the warlock might be ideal.
Warlock Master of Scryer!
And I think what I want to do is have them continue to come after me. Although, they're not going to be happy for this border incursion, are they? I get no attrition damage for being in the swamp. I just don't know. I am curious, where can they go?
Stalk. Yes, yes.
They can go straight through, it looks like. Or no. I am wondering if I could continue to damage him, as Grimgore is currently just reinforcing his casualties.
Warlock ready.
And I kind of want him to engage me again, especially if the swamp slows him down. Oh god, I gotta keep in mind. If I tunnel, I'm gonna get caught.
Enemies to track.
This is a bit of a problem. I don't know what kind of range this has. His ability to just teleport or intercept me. As I don't want to go through him. I just want to put myself somewhere safer for when he attacks me in the following turns. There. Hopefully then I won't have to worry about attrition damage, and there's a lot of allies here to help me out. I just hope they're okay with me just barging on their territory a bit. Apparently that just did a lot of relations damage to them. Just trespassing alone. Hopefully I can make it up to him.
Call me Death Master.
Now Assassin, just deal with this guy, as that is what you're keen to do. Good, good.
Trusted worm. Poison after.
Famous Blade, yes.
Need more trophies. Yes, yes.
Now let's finish up grabbing his territory, and then we will make our way south.
True tunnel. Into Under Empire.
And ideally, this would be a perfect opportunity for Queek to start grabbing his equipment, if I can be so lucky. Although, I'm trying to remember, what unit did I end up losing? It was just a clan squad, or clan rat squad. Which I guess I'm okay with that for now. Keep on going, we'll see what we can reinforce for you. Which is Storm Vermin. And we can get some shielded warriors, which are really nice too. Which in all honesty, don't worry, you'll get some more units pretty soon. I just want to swap out the Skaven slaves for something a little more capable. And I think we're good there for now. I don't want to wait to 2 turns. Time is of the essence. And I haven't played with the warp fire throwers, but from what I understand, they're pretty hard to utilize. At least more difficult than the Rattling Gunners. So let's worry about understanding how to get the most out of the Rattling Gunners before I concern myself with dealing with the warp fire throwers. There, you'll be fully garrisoned, and hopefully you'll be able to deal with these orcs, even if it may not be a very impressive army. That burns a lot of wealth there. And how is Grimgore's strength? We have about equal strength, pretty damn close at least. And another thing I have failed to really consider, since I have an Under Empire here, I seriously should be trying to put some stuff in here, shouldn't I? What are the benefits? I get a bunch of benefits for attacking in this region. And I don't have money for anything else, but I seriously should, well, yeah, I should try and actually put this to actual use. Which makes me wonder if I want to just get rid of the burrows, if I'm completely honest. But we'll worry about that later. I'm just curious, who else has to move? There's a good thing I looked. Ooh, it looks like you managed to get a vampire keep here. Aren't you setting up shop with your fancy settlement?
Warlock engineer.
And I could set up an under empire here as well, which is not a terrible idea, but in all honesty, it might be better just to get another Doom engineer for that role.
Warp condensers are full.
And I want to harass Grimgore. This would be a good opportunity.
Scary move.
Interestingly, I can't reach him. I can move over here, but not across the river. Let's see what Grimgore does. Can I continue to chip him down?
I do not care about dead things. Speak if you can.
I am okay with military access, especially at a time like this, where I could benefit from it. Alright, so they're currently raiding my territory and I don't like it. Queek is a bit wounded here, but this should be an easy victory here. And I have my plan of attack on ultimately what I want to do, but can we slow him down?
Warp lightning. Take cover.
Good. I like that. It just keeps him from doing anything sneaky on me when I try and take this other settlement. We know where Grimgore is. Can we do anything about it, though?
Many kills today.
He just took the settlement. And odds are not the best at dealing with him, but hopefully I'll no longer take attrition damage. Okay, I take that back. There's a lot of attrition damage. Wow.
Many kills to come.
Well, this makes it really difficult to fight Grimgore, as he's just going to replenish his army, and I have no way to really fight him. But I can go to the swamps now, I think, which should be a lot safer and more convenient for me. And we'll see what happens there. Otherwise, Queek, get out of your stance, take the settlement, and we'll end it off here. This will be a nice, simple battle. Very simple, nothing exciting there. It's always a good exercise to try and optimize my play, even if a lot of them have been pretty sloppy. And Queek and his army continue to get powered up. I am not against that at all. Now, not much else to do. I moved what armies I can. Oh, never mind. I can move you, but I don't think that matters yet. I don't know where they're at, though, is a bit of the problem. I can get a lord, though, which is not terrible for his circumstance. Warpstone Hoarder, Although, would having two spellcasters be useful? I think I prefer more of an assassin if I'm going to have another hero in with my ranged army. So we'll stick with you and use you for a little bit of vision down here as we prepare. Also, let's get our extra Doom Engineer. Prepare for more laboratories, especially in regions I don't plan to go to anytime soon. And Queek will regenerate quickly. We can deal with this menace. And we are so very close to getting our first, our Dwarf Gouger. Can I actually take that on, though? Is the only honest question. The odds, I want to say yes, but I'm not sure since the swords are kind of covering what the gauge actually is telling me. And can I get more? I can only get Skaven slaves here. Slaves are better than nothing, though, at least. For fodder, I will take them. Even if it's only temporary. Now, the only thing I'm concerned about is, like, anyone on the right here. And after all this time, it is a good opportunity to maybe get another assassin. Now, I can't get any more, not until I upgrade my structure. Does this need to be upgraded again? +4 ranks for an assassin? Ooh. And interestingly, this increases the capacity for Plague Priests and... Oh, it increases capacity for everyone. Okay. All the more reason I should swap this over to my main city, but that might not be for a while still. But it's an idea. And you are my Doom Engineer, are you? We're gonna have to plot where you're gonna go. As Krasik 8 Peak I want to go to in the near future. Which is why I don't want to go too crazy on structures here if I can help it. And so far the income is crap. I don't think I care about benefiting off this settlement. Only thing I could think of is maybe getting some food here. If only a little bit. Actually, let me take a look. What's the difference between these 3 food versus income and some food? I think I'll go with the 3 food for now. And how much discoverability is that? 40. So I can get away with not building anything else. For now. We'll end this turn and see what happens there. Okay, nothing exciting happened. Although Grimgore is making his way over here. Which I am okay with. Although, that's underway travel, so I don't know where exactly I can go. Really? Really? Is it? Oh, this... Wait a minute. Okay, I thought it was relatively safe, although this is a bad spot for me now. I might lose this army completely. If I'm not careful, dang it. Well, this is a crappy position to end off this episode in. But, thank you everyone for tuning in. I will see you next time.